come on.
Andy Barnard and Joe Polle are both new heads of department. Andy is head of geography at St Peter's Roman Catholic School in Gloucester. At 25, he's already an excellent classroom teacher, but can he learn to manage a department? Joe leads a staff of nearly 40 as head of learning development at Waingel College in Reading. An experienced manager from further education, her challenge is learning to cope in a school. We're following them throughout their first summer term. Coming up today, Andy has a progress meeting with the head and Joe's Year 10 class act up. At both schools, the exam classes have now left.
It was a feeling of relief on Friday when Year 11 and Year 12 left. Year 13 leave this Friday as well, but also the fact that we got our coursework off. We've still got some bits and pieces that need to be sent off over the next few weeks for various things. But it was a relief in terms of we've done all we can, and I think everybody feels that at this time of year that everything's done as far as we possibly can.
But management problems raise their heads.
Other things that are going on at school at the moment that are causing bits of headaches for me is one is the timetable, because obviously everybody wants the exam groups and everybody wants the top sets. I had to think about the type of manager or leader I wanted to be, so I went round and saw everybody individually and had a quiet chat about what they wanted, what I could offer, and we talked about what was right for them and what wasn't.
Meanwhile at Waingel's, Joe's life continues to be hectic on every level.
You know, apparently when you told me about those test things.
Yeah, today was a bit of an awkward day. I mean, we have 8 o'clock meetings normally once a week, and they've now been increased to 2, which is fair enough in terms of the need to meet at a point where we can do, because normally we're teaching and busy. But it puts quite a lot of pressure on me personally, because I have to get the children to breakfast club, and this morning they didn't want to get up, they didn't want to get ready, so I raced in sort of on the back foot, as it were. And then the room that I booked for a meeting ended up being double booked, so I then had to reorganise that before 20 to 9, and I was getting in a bad mood already. And then I found out I got a cover duty as well. But yeah, and then of course they had the teaching, and they weren't the best behaved that they'd ever been.
Yeah, well, if it's nothing to do with the lesson, I don't want you to read it now.
You're so stupid. I'll read it in a minute.
I don't know what I'm doing, I'm not neither do I. Right, this is the one that you should have had.
It was a bit disappointing this morning. Their behaviour wasn't untypical of what I get faced with that particular group. But I thought we'd made some headway. Yesterday's lesson had gone particularly well, and I hoped that would have set the tone for today. They worked beautifully and really understood about body language and communication and how their actions can impact on teachers and getting them into trouble, etc. And then today, it's like everything they were taught yesterday went straight out of the window. So, yeah, it was frustrating. First term and a half maybe, I just thought, well, I can't do this. I taught at university at FE level, being a competent manager and director for years. And then all of a sudden, this group of 14, 15-year-olds are reducing me to some sort of, what I felt, incompetent wreck. It's only now that I've had a couple of terms' experience and I feel much more confident. I understand the bigger picture and realise what a difference we make as teachers and practitioners.
Right, here's some stuff about national parks, okay?
I trained in a school that was failing, that failed its Ofsted and was very, very difficult school to be in. Within department, we had a very, very strong department. The first head of department I worked under, a guy called Steve Brady, was very, very inspirational. He went off to work for the LEA as a teacher and learning consultant, and his manner in the classroom, I think, was something that I found inspirational and something that I wanted to build on and wanted to be like.
Okay, up here. Right, Connor. I'll see that again, you'll be going downstairs. Right, we're sorted. Good. Good.
In a school like that, if you've not got your behaviour management cracked, you don't survive. So I think that my behaviour management has come from being in a school like that, and it's really been beneficial to my teaching. And I think it's something that a lot of teachers, there's a lot of teachers in this school who think that things are tough, that certain kids, and there are kids who are tough here, they want to try working in some of these other places because they'd learn a lot.
Right, when everyone's silent, we'll think about going. Boys, stand up, take your chairs in. Well done today, off you go.
Andy might have the upper hand with his pupils, but even he's not immune to a summons from the head.
I just wanted to see how things have gone, because it's your first run through of revision.
Yeah.
I know you brought up the other day that superb work from the Leisure and Tourism Year 10 group.
That was Year 11.
Oh, that was Year 11,
was Year
wasn't
11
it? Sorry, I'm getting confused. Now, that was a heck of a good standard. What's the general feel of your staff about Year 11? Optimistic? Or?
Yeah, I think so. I hope I'm not too
We'll wait
optimistic.
till August.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not.
The impression I'm getting is you're quite pleased with your first Year 11, the way it's finished off and the way they've been prepared.
Yeah, definitely. I'm pretty pleased because it's the first year of options as well.
Yeah.
I think that. Yeah, I'm quite optimistic for what we're gonna.
So let's move forward to the Year 13s now. Traditionally, the department, no pressure on you, of course.
I know.
But traditionally, the department has performed exceptionally well at A2 level.
Yeah.
What's the feel this year
And again,
in terms of the revision?
Because of the fact that they performed so well in the past,
I worry that with the young people who I'm trying to, if you like, fast track, it can be a bigger issue because of family commitments and such like. What I've got to do is make sure they get the support. And Andrew is in a very supportive department. Now, the real issue is to get him to use that and not to be afraid to delegate because he feels he's got to prove himself too much. But we have got to be desperately careful they don't try too hard, I suppose, and in that way cease to be the level you want them to be performing at because they're just totally shattered. And so it is something we have to watch with all our talented young people and indeed all our heads of departments, because a school thrives or doesn't on the success of that vitally important middle leadership role.